Hi guys! I'm pretending this is a different day. It's not. I've just finished doing this in reality and I'm just carrying on doing another video, and hopefully that then will see me through Saturday. Then it's the live on Sunday, but I like to prep for the live on Saturday and Sunday. So if I do a video now, then that takes me through really till Monday. So that's the plan. So yeah, I'm going to pretend like it's Saturday, but really it's Friday. Cunning. So we made this section last time with the two Flippy Flappy envelopes, and right at the beginning of that video I asked you to cut this piece out. Now in case you didn't or haven't got round to it and you don't want to go back through the last video, I don't blame you. I've cut it off at 8 inches tall. It's a piece of that, and at 5 inches I've scored a line, and then again at the next 8, the next pip along. Okay, so 5 inches from there to there, then the next pip down, and then from the last pip that you've done to the end is 5.5. So this is 5.5, this is 5, but there's this gutter in the middle, this little spine there, like that. So what we want to do is stick our envelope section onto here. Okay, so let's do that. Whoo! We really are so close to finishing now. Honestly, if you've got this far, you deserve a medal, to be honest, because it is time consuming. You know, I keep pausing this, but if you added together all the bits that I've paused and the video, I know how long it takes. It's not a quick job. So this is going onto the 5-inch side, right on the edge. Like that, I think. I think that's good. We've got a little spine on the envelopes which we want to preserve. So don't stick the spine down, just stick the card at the other side. I think that's good. Let's have a look inside. Ooh, gluey glue. Yeah, that's looking good to me. So let's just get our bone folder out, make sure that's really well stuck, because that whole envelope section is literally hinged on this. Right, there we go. Lovely. That really is lovely. Okay, so I'm going to use, I don't like this, as you know, I don't like looking at, is that right? Yeah, I think that's okay. I think that's good actually. Yeah, I don't like looking at the bit that I've stuck down. I don't like looking at the mechanics of stuff if I can help it. So what I'm going to do is use a piece of the paper again. Let's select a nice piece. Well, they're all nice actually. That's really pretty, and it's got lavender on it. That's pretty, but no. Oh, that's just so gorgeous, isn't it? But I think it might just be a bit too much. I think I'm going to use this piece. Now then, what I want is to make 2 pockets. So let's start over here with this. So I want kind of a 1/2 inch gusset at each side. So the pockets, did I put a gusset on? You know, I don't think I did. I don't think I did, so I'm not going to. So I'm coming on this one here. We've got 2 score lines, 1 pip apart, 1/8 of an inch apart. So I want the score line that is the leftmost score line, and hold that up just inside it, and then make your mark where this one is. I can't even see that. So just there. And I'm going to chop that off. If I can see where I did it. Yeah, that's it. Lovely. Okay, it's very pretty, this paper, and perfect for what we're doing, so that's great. So that's going to go like that. Yep. And I want 2 pockets on here. So where shall I put my first pocket? Where shall I mark it? I'm going to do it about there. I'll tell you in a minute what that measures. But this is just a feeling. It's just a feeling I've got that that's where I want it. And it is 3.5 inches up from the bottom. So let's chop that. Lovely. And then I'm left with that that's got the lavender on, which I absolutely adore. So that's going to go there, right at the top, right there, and that's going to be one of our pockets, and this is going to go here, and this is going to be our other pocket, like that. I'm not sure how much. Yeah, I've got very, very little overlap here, so if I want to put a thumb notch in, it's going to have to be a little then. Yeah, but I think we'll get away with it. So I'm just going to hold these 2 together, tops of both together, and mark the centre, and put a thumb notch in it. But like I say, it's going to have to be quite shallow, so I haven't got a lot of overlap. That should be okay. It should be. Let's try it. I want that right to the top, and then you won't see any of this. And then this right to the bottom. Yeah, we're all right. That thumb notch is fine. It's great. So let's ink around those. So I'm going to ink around these, and then I'm going to stitch around them. So if you want to stitch, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. We'll definitely get this finished within the next couple of days, I would have thought. You don't need to do the bottom because you won't see it. So I'm going to go and stitch around those, and I'll see you back here shortly. Okay, so I've got my pockets sewn around, so I'm going to stick them down. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to squash my stitches a little bit. This makes it easier to glue. So not the top and not the bottom, so just the two edges. So I'm just going to turn this round this way so I can see exactly where the top is. So right there, I think. A bit more that way. That's it. That's lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So that's our back big pocket in, and then we need this one in. So not the top with a finger thing in it, notch, but the other three sides. And I'm going to leave the journaling cards until my Stamperia pad comes, which I'm still waiting for. But I like to decorate as I go along, but in this instance I'd rather leave it till I get that, because I want the nicest thing I possibly can in there. Right, so this now, I want to go back to this side. Those envelopes are deceptively heavy. So I want that exactly there, but lined up perfectly with that one. So that's that. Along the bottom, lined up with that. Yeah, lovely. Lovely job. There we go. Glue. There, so that's our two pockets. Our big back pocket and this one. Still waiting for something to go in them, but I am waiting for my Stamperia paper. And when that comes, we've got to do the acetate window that we did day before yesterday, and I want two for in there as well. Right, so moving along, we've got this page, and on here, this is having two acetate side pockets. I'm going to cut those out of design paper. Maybe the spotty dotties. I like the spotty dotties. I've got a full sheet here. So, what size do I want them? That's 8, isn't it? Oh, my head's mashed. I don't know why. So see the way they just fold in so nicely. Lovely. I love that. Nice. Anyway, I digress. Lest we shall digress. Looking for my Timmy root. Here it is, hiding under here. So, yes, we know that measures 8 inches. Well, actually, it's just light of 8 inches on this ruler. So, that's 4 inches each. But I could do them as one thing. Yeah, I could. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to cut out 7 3/4, piece at 7 3/4 by, I want them to come quite a way along, so maybe by 4, 3 3/4, 3 3/4. See, I've forgotten already. 3 3/4 by, oh dear, this is beyond a joke, isn't it, really? 7 3/4, did I say? 7 3/4. That's what I'm saying now. Oh my goodness me. Right, so let's cut a piece of this out that is 3 3/4 by 7 3/4. So get the big chopper out. I'm running out of room on this desk. And I'm going to cut 3 3/4 out which this doesn't have a mark for, so I'm just going to imagine that it's there. Lovely. I'm going to have enough left over from this journal to certainly make another one, but not at the moment because my head is mashed. 3 3/4. This media mat needs a good wash as well before Sunday. 7 3/4. There we are. So I'm going to just trim that on the Timmy trimmer. Marvellous. There we go. Remnant. Okay, so I need to get this out. I'll keep it on the pink side. I know it's a bit grimy, but I think it's easier to see. So I am going to, oh my goodness me, I'm going to go 1/2 inch all round. I think that's fine. Half an inch all the way round, so we'll have a nice frame. Like that, and then I need to work out the centre. So the whole thing measures 7 3/4. Let's do it with this using the centering ruler. It's just going to be so much easier, isn't it? Let's try 3 1/2. No, let's try 3 3/4. No, I think it's 3 7/8. It certainly is. It's 3 7/8 each side of the centre. So let's make a couple of marks. Just like that. Draw a line along there so we know where the centre is. There we are. Now, my frame all the way around is 1/2 inch, but I want to make this slightly larger. I want to make it 3/4 inch. So 1/2 of 3/4 is 3/8. So I want 3/8 on each side of that line. So I'm sorry, Tony, and people that hate measuring, I really am. But I think in this instance you might need to measure. Does that look square? Don't know. Don't know. It should be like that. And I'm going to cut. I'm going to leave this 3/4 inch in the middle. So let's cut that out. Whee! I did not mean to do that. I went well off kilter. So just up to that line, don't be tempted to go all the way top to bottom, or your centre bit will fall out. It's not the end of the world, just you'd have one big acetate pocket instead of two. And just the top and bottom now, I think, to do. I think Captain must have taken himself off upstairs. He's got a cardboard box that has become his home of late. I don't know why, he just likes sleeping in it. So, you know, excellent. Right, so that's, it just needs a little bit more in that corner. So don't want to tear it. There we go. And this one. There we go. Right, so that looks all right to me. Keep those. So let's ink. That's the important thing. So I'm going to ink this up. Okay, so I've inked around that. Looks so much better when it's inked. And I've found my piece of acetate from the other day. So I'm just going to put that on there and draw around with my fine liner where I need to cut it. So down there, along there. There we go. Lovely, we'll preserve that bit. Lovely. This bit is not worth preserving. Okay, so I'm going to glue this in place. It's just one final check that it fits. Yes, it's lovely. So glue that in place. Not too close to the windows. Probably not that far away though. And then I'm going to stitch around mine so that one bit in the middle will hold it where I want it for now. Lovely. And I'm just going to spread my glue out but away from the window. I'm all right with that bit. Because once it gets onto acetate, it's pretty much your acetate ruined, to be honest. Right, so that's it. Looking nice. I am, as I say, going to stitch around it and, you know, adorn it somewhat. But before I do that, I'm going to put some washi tape along the leading edge. For the same reason as I've explained to you every time I've done this, that I can't stand it when you get things sticking on the acetate when you're trying to put it in. So I'm just going to add some glue down here. Like I say, I'm going to stitch it, so I'm not altogether that worried, but I need it in place for when I do stitch it. I don't want it right up to the ends either, I just remembered that, because it doesn't stick. Oh, you know what? That's just too wide. It's just too wide. I can see it on the right side of the windows. So I'm going to have to employ some narrower tape. What have I got? What have I got? What have I got? Nothing in there that's really brilliant. Let's see what's in the washi drawer. It's a bit narrower. This one, I think. It's narrower, it'll do fine. Where's the end? I don't think I've ever used this. This is another one of those packs of washi tapes that you buy that seem like such good value when you've got washi tape on your mind, and then you put it in the drawer and lo and behold, never sees the light of day. I don't do too many pink projects, so that's going to be fine down there. It's just to cover the edge of the acetate. Doesn't really need to be. Yeah, that's lovely. I'm just going to trim this bit off the top as well. Otherwise we're going to have that problem when we come to stick it down that it doesn't want to stick. Someone suggested that I use score tape to stick onto the acetate. I have tried it, particularly with the Timmy stuff. The score tape wouldn't stick either. So, you know, maybe I need to sandpaper it or something. I don't know. Oh, oh, excuse me. This thing got right up my nose. Right, so I'm going to go off now and stitch around that. I'm going to stitch around the outside, then I'm going to stitch around each window, and I'll come back to you when I've done that. Okay, so I've sewn around all of that. That's just a thread end. Now I'm going to glue it down, and there's nothing tricky about this. Just make sure you've got your end with a washi tape at the where it's going to open. So don't put your glue where the washi tape is, and then just glue the other edges, and you can run a bit of glue around on the centre as well, just so the distinct pockets. Oh guys, I can't tell you how close we are to finishing. I can taste it. I can taste the end. A little bit along there as well. Lovely. Right, so I want this fairly central. We made it a little bit shorter than the page, didn't we? So similar sort of gap on each side, respecting that spine that's in there. It's only a small spine, but it does matter. There we go, like that. So I'll just get my towel. Oh, come on girl, what you doing? What exactly are you doing? Ooh, hoody. So I'm going to get my bone folder out and really press this down. I can't get in really well with my towel. Actually, if I flip those out the way, I might get on a darn sight better. Don't know why I didn't think of that before. Lack of common sense going on here today. There we go. Right, so that's lovely, but once again I'm going to leave that. So I'm sorry there's quite a lot being left here for when the Stamperia pad arrives, but I'd rather just leave it for the time being, and we can finish it off. It won't take long to finish everything off once we've got the pad that we want. Right, so onto the back of that piece. So onto the back of the piece that's got the double acetate window in, we want to put two large but staggered pockets. So I want them to be, where's my bit of paper? Need to write something down again, I think. I want them to measure, each one to measure 3.5 by 4. 3.5 by 4. Okay, and I want some sort of light coloration, I think. What about the constellations? They would work, wouldn't they? I think they would work quite well. So 3.5 by 4. So that's going to fit in there. Fabulous. Let's cut that off at 4. And then 3.5. Oh, that doesn't look as big as I thought it would look. Never mind. Let's do it. and we'll have a look and see if they're big enough. I'm thinking there might not be. So I want one there. Oh yeah, there might be, and one there. So I'm just going to have, yeah, that's fine actually. That's grand. So what I'm going to do is ink around those and stitch around them. So I'll see you when I've done that. Right, okay, I've done that, and I've got my 2 pockets, and this is how I'm going to stick them on, that sort of configuration. Don't forget to stick the bottom one over this. If you put it like that, you've really severely restricted your pocket size. So make sure that the bottom one is over that one. And I want to leave a bit of space because I want to have a journaling card in there. So, oh dear, let's squash my stitches down. I forgot to do that, sorry. There we go. So let's do this one first. Don't forget to leave the top open. It's my favourite trick, gluing down all 4 sides of a pocket. Although having said that, I have a lot of favourite tricks. Stupid things that I do. There we go. There we go. So leaving some space at the top and making sure that's parallel to the side. Stick that in place. Oh, sounds like Mr. F's home. I think I heard the car door slamming anyway. There we go. That's lovely. I'll just stick this one on and then I'll pause you for a while I go and help Mr. F put the shopping away. But there is one more thing I want to do on this video. Hi, I'll be with you in a sec.
Hello.
Hello. There we go. So just stick this one on. About the same distance from the side as that. Sort of like there, really. That's looking good to me. Like that. Lovely. Give that a press down. And once again, I'm going to leave this until my Stamperia goodies come. I don't want any second-rate stuff going into this journal. Not that I'm saying what I've got is second-rate, but maybe not ideal. That's all I meant. So that's that. So the next thing that we have to do is just bring in our finished piece, this piece, that's finished up to this side here. And this then, let's just see if we can make this a little bit smaller and a bit easier to deal with. This just gets put onto there, like that. So, easier said than done a little bit, but that's how it's going to go. So, this is a 3-line hinge. So we want to go to the, as you look at it now, the most left of them all. So let's open this up as much as we can. I'll leave the envelopes still flipped up because that's going to be the easiest. And then we're going to glue that onto there. And that's going to be a side pocket with a journaling card in. So, let's see if we can do this, eh? glue around there, and just make sure that you're not gluing the spine, so you need that spine. There we go, and along the top. So this bit here, let me just check. Yeah, it's this bit here. Definitely, it's the only bit that hasn't got anything on it, so it's a sure bet that's the right thing. And it just wants to marry up with that there. So let's press that down, and then I'm going to attempt to flip it over to see if it looks right. Where are we? Which is the bit? It's that bit there. So I might need to trim that. There's just a tiny little bit there that looks like it needs trimming. But apart from that, it's looking fine. That still folds. Yep. Yep, that's fine. That's good. Comes over there. Oh my goodness, I can't even remember what goes where now. What goes there? That comes over there. Yeah, we're making progress here. Might not look like it, but we are. That's the entire right hand side. Here's the centre side. And here's our left hand side, which goes like that. Which goes there. Yep, I think that's right. And that comes over the top there. And that's pretty much our journal done. We need the front flippy flappies, whether we decide to do them that way or this way. I probably will do them that way, it holds it more rigid. But yeah, that's that. Came together quickly in the end, didn't it? So that's the entire left side there. So here's our right side. So we don't, left side, oh, I don't know my left from my right anymore. So that goes like that. They flip out like that. Here's my double pockets, 2 pockets here. Here's my double side acetate pocket. That goes like that. They go in first. And that goes like that. I've got my double pockets here. Then here I've got my big side pocket, which all folds like that on top of this flippy out bit. So that goes like that. That folds over like that. And then ultimately this piece here, the right hand piece, comes over. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is your journal. Like I say, I still need to decorate some pockets and things, and I need to put the big flippy flappy on the outside to really complete it. So, we made it. We actually made it. So, well done guys, if you've reached this stage. I'll be back. There is at least another video left in this with decorating and the flippy flappies and one thing and another. But if you've got it to here, you've finished it really. Well done guys. Well done indeed. So see you soon. Take care. Have fun with it. See you very soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye.